Were there? I don't know if you remember, but I was the guy that people were joking about being locked up in his basement because I was a caster and I had my cam on because we needed to have our cams. And where I was living at the time, I was living in a I didn't know much. Isn't that his tournament? Yeah, that was his tournament. That was his big tournament. Um, I think that was like his $10,000 tournament. From 2023. But I was like my living situation. I had to live in basically a I needed to be in a less noisy environment for my room, and where it originally was, it was really noisy. So I was like, okay, well, I need to be somewhere quieter. So that was the only place I could go, and the brick walls made it look like I was trapped in his basement. Yeah. Okay. Um, but I am gonna throw a disclaimer on here. Just because I say something is trash doesn't mean that I don't like. Do I think it's gonna be bad necessarily? No, I'm just skeptical of it. That is all. Okay, I think that's Shy Guy Bizarre. Okay, yeah, all right. So first things first. This one is just because it's gonna be outright trash. I'm sorry. Doo-doo Meadows, bro. You know what? No, I am this petty. There. I take it back. Don't do a tier list. Bro, if you're gonna be this wrong. Bro, I'm sorry, dude. I told you there was gonna be some hot takes. I'm getting the biggest one out the way. I promise. This is the biggest hot takes. And you let me explain. Okay? This track is one of the biggest RNG fested tracks in the game. And people will say, like, oh, how? How? It's solely based on, do you pull a shroom at first set going into the cut on lap 1? Because if you do, you shroom up and you break away, yeah, you're good for the most part. Just hope for no shock, which is super rare because there's only 2 item sets. Which don't even get me started about getting item screened either, because that's even worse. Well, womp womp. I'm not a huge Kim Jong Un fan. You wouldn't last 2 seconds in North Korea. This is why you're against freedom of speech, bro. Okay, look, bro. Look. It's no, like I can't. It should have been Moo Moo Farm. It should have been Moo Moo Farm. Justice for Moo Moo Farm. And that's just a circle, bro. If a shroom is all that matters, then shouldn't it be one of your best tracks? You would assume so, but for some reason, the game decides not to give me any shrooms on Moo Moo Meadows. And when they do, it's because I'm in the back. And then I shroom up into a pack of people that have triple greens or in a plant. I'm not the type to pull shroom first set. Trust me. Alright. But it's getting its own tier. Sorry. We got one of the biggest hot takes out the way, alright? I promise. That is the biggest hot take that's out the way. Next up. Going into the trash tier, I don't think it's necessarily trash. I'm just going to put it here. Hey, it's a basic circuit track. I'm not really excited for it. I'm going to be real. I'm not really having any anticipation on it. It's kind of just it's a beginner track. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. And teach you the basics and stuff. There's nothing to really be anticipated for. Next one. Desert Hills. Okay. We haven't seen... I'm going to give it benefit of the doubt, okay? Listen, okay? I don't hate the track. Alright? But based off what I've seen... You know those Moai statues from Super Mario Land? Apparently those are, like, obstacles on the track. Like, for Desert Hills specifically. I saw it in a clip of it doing it backwards. Like, they're driving the track backwards on Knockout Tour, and those came up. And they were trying to get in the way as obstacles. If those are actually enemies that are on the track, this will put me into indifferent. Because at least I'm like, hey, you know what? Cool. I get to see the Moyai statues. But if not, it's just a basic desert track. It's a basic desert track with a really basic desert song. But that is enough of the trash tier, though. We're just going to go straight into the indifferent tier. And I'm going to put this version of Crown City on here. I think it looks cool. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I think the track looks cool. It looks nice. It looks aesthetically pleasing. But the layout of that version specifically just doesn't. It looks basic, man. It's just a basic track. I am not. There's nothing to be anticipated for with that regard, man. Nothing. Granted, like, there's gonna be different, like, oh, you can drive on the buildings and stuff, on the rooftops and on the rails, but the layout itself is just like, no, there's nothing to be anticipated for it. That's it. And then next up, oh my god, if these ads can get out the way, thank you. Where is it? Right here. Oh, that's trash. I'm indifferent. Okay, the only reason it is not getting trashed here is because they put Mario Circuit 1, 2, and 3 together. Although, shout outs to my boy Mario Circuit 4, because homie got robbed. Mario Circuit 4 is the disowned child for Nintendo. Like, Mario Circuit 4, like, Nintendo just disowned it or something. They're like, nah, well, what? You never existed, bro. What do you mean? 4? There's only 3 of them. But the only thing that's making Mario Circuit be in the indifferent tier is the fact that it's all 3 put together. And also, shout outs to this too. I'm going to give Nintendo props to this. It's similar to Wii's. Now, this is seemingly, okay, based off from what I've seen. I haven't played the game, actually. I haven't played the demo or anything, so this is just going off what I'm seeing, or like what I've seen. The Mario Circuit one, like the circuit track, it seems a lot more narrow, and with that means that shrooms aren't going to be nearly as powerful on it. Like, now, granted, they are going to be powerful, but they're not going to be nearly as strong as they are in 8 Deluxe. There's not going to be nearly as much shroom room. So I'll give Nintendo props for that as well. Alright. Excuse me. And then, finally, are these both Crown City? Because I know, is there 3 different Crown Cities, or is it just on here twice? Okay, no, I know what this one is. Okay. This one suffers the same one from, the other one. The only difference is I feel like this one's just holding a simulator. I'm gonna be real. Just like the intermissions. Oh, did not mean to open that. Those are the people. It's my Discord. Speaking of Discord, you should join the Discord. Link in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I'm just checking chat to make sure that no one has said anything. Because if you want to say something, man. Like, I love debating. Genuinely. But with this one, the layout, it just seems flat. It seems bland, and this one in particular, I'm just like, man, nah, I'm not looking forward to it. Like, this one was just because of the track layout itself. This one is just because it's drive straight simulator, basically. And we're going to go to the not bad one. That's where Crown City's going to get up in here. Now, I feel like we're going to be in this tier for a little while. So, you know, grab your snacks. Got to do what you got to do. You have no words? Hey, fair enough. Hey, if you got nothing to say, you got nothing to say, bro. I was just letting you know, like, I didn't know if you felt like you had to be silent or anything. But going to not bad tier, we got the I think it's the Mushroom Cup version of Crown City. This one is only in the not bad tier because I like the section where you just basically grind up like a bunch of rails and you're driving on like these solar panels and stuff. It's like that one has some depth to it. So I'll give that one credit. So even though the layout is still kind of bland, it's the way that it has depth makes it, in my opinion, and keep in mind, this is all my opinion, right? This is subjective. I'm not saying like, oh, this is factual, but no, this is just my opinion. So, you know, you can clown on it all you want. I don't care, but it's what I think, and I'm proud to think of what I think. And that being said, I feel like this version of Crown City, from what I've seen, has more depth compared to the other two. So that's why I prefer it. Next up. Now, you're gonna look at me and be like, nah, what are you doing? No, for the record, no, these tiers are not ordered. These tiers are not ordered. I'm just doing it this way. The only one that's gonna be ordered is the top 5. That is it. I'm only putting this one. The fact that it's a section, it's still a section-based, well, it's not a section-based track, but I'm putting it up here because I feel like the track, it's very aesthetically pleasing. For a track that is based for Mario Galaxy, it is very aesthetically pleasing. I think it looks really pretty, genuinely. And it does Mario Galaxy and the Observatory justice. I feel on that aspect, it's awesome. But when it comes to a driving perspective, it just seems like it's very basic. Like, it's just basic driving lines. Doesn't seem like it's going to have anything all too special from it other than that it looks really pretty and aesthetically pleasing. Which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's... Like, I feel like that's still, like, a good thing of a track. Like, a good thing for a track. Like... I won't mind racing on a track that's aesthetically pleasing as long as, well, you know, if the gameplay loop isn't really, you know, extremely, like, unbearable, but, you know, if it's, you know, if the gameplay loop is fine, man, I'm always down for, you know, a race on a track that's very aesthetically pleasing. My queen deserves better. Hey, look, I understand, okay? I don't get why all Rosalina's tracks are icy. I don't get that either. Like... You would think it would be more low gravity, considering that it's, you know, Mario Galaxy. You know, no gravity in space. But, hey, it's the icy part I don't have a problem with. I just feel like the driving lines and like the way that it's gonna, like, driving wise, it's just basic. It's nothing really much to it. Driving wise. Now there's much to it to look at, but that, like, in my opinion, that's about it with this track. And again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Next up, I have this one ranked up because I like what they did with it. It isn't just some regular beach. Like, okay, it is a regular beach, but excuse me. What I mean by that is it's not just, oh hey, it's just a regular starting line. Drive around the beach. There you go. This one is more like... It feels like it took ED, like the rave parties from ED. ED being Electrodrome. And, like, hey, we're pulling it over here. We're having a beach party. It's Koopa's beach party and the giant Koopa balloon. Like, that's... I'll give it credit on that. And that's, again, with the same thing with... the Starview Peak. I feel like it's more aesthetically pleasing. Now, the only excuse me. Now, the thing is with the Koopa Beach, for me personally, I don't know how it's gonna be laid out, because we have that's the track that has like the least amount of In my opinion, probably the least amount of wrong one. Oh, okay. It has the least amount of footage of. But if the Knockout Tour version, where it includes going through this track, is the way that I think it is, where you're like gliding over this ocean of like different monsters and stuff jumping through, it has a slight edge over Starview because of that. Now, granted, Starview, I think, what, isn't Starview Peaks Knockout Tour, doesn't it end on it, or does it just drive through it? I think it just drives through it, or it starts on it. I don't know. I know there's one where it involves that one. That's all I know. Next up, DK Spaceport. It's referring to it a certain rock on Peach Beach, but it seems to be missing. Oh no, it's gone. They got rid of it. It's gone, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I hate to break it to you, it's gone, bro. But I got DK Spaceport up here too. The track itself, I like the concept, and again, aesthetically pleasing, and I feel like it's a good nod to the original Donkey Kong. It genuinely is. It's about as good of a nod as you're gonna get to it. But it's Excite Bike Arena, but it's section based. Now, the ending part I think is cool. Like, the ending is going to be different because it's obviously, hey, you got Donkey Kong throwing these barrels at you and these panels that can boost up the panels and also boost you up, and there's also grind rails, and you can drive on the side of the walls and blah blah blah. I get that, and yes, I acknowledge, hey, you can do that, and at first that is going to be fun. People are going to probably say, oh yeah, dude, this track's amazing, top 5 track in the game. I'd give it about 3 months. When people start figuring out how to drive and stuff, and all the driving lines are practically the same, the gameplay loop for that track is going to be the exact same every single time, and it's going to be considered some of the, like, you're going to have pretty bad experiences on it, and this is going to it's just going to be boring. Well, not boring. Repetitive, I should say. Repetitive. To which then, again, it just becomes basic. Now, granted, I could be completely wrong. The game isn't out yet. And if I'm wrong, hey, I'll own up to it. Hey, my bad. I was wrong about you. But from what I've seen, that's how I feel about it. Agreed. If it was more chaotic, I'd like it way more. Hey, at least I'm not wrong on that aspect. I'm glad I'm not crazy. I'm glad I'm not crazy. Yeah, you know what we got to do? We got to change the LED lights. I'm gonna go red. Yes, sir. All right. Let me scroll down here. All right, what do we got left? What are you? I can't. Oh, wait, what? What are you? The Shy Guy Bazaar is... Yeah, that's right there. I can't tell what this track is. Chat. Can someone tell me what this one is? But putting Moo Moo Meadows in the bottom tier is darning evidence that you are... is the damn... in bottom tier is damning evidence that you are... I am what? I am what? Huh? Isn't Bowser's Castle? Right here. No, not that's this one right here is Bowser's Castle. I'm talking about this one. Because I'm gonna be real, I can't tell what that track is. Bowser. Okay. You know what? Forget. we're gonna continue on with it. Okay, it's fine. I think we have one more track going in the not bad tier. Actually, yeah, we got one more going in the not bad tier. And that is also this one. And don't get me wrong, I love the concept. I love the concept. Okay. I love the aesthetics. I love I just love it's a really cool and creative track. Oh, it's Toad's Factory? Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. All right. That's Toad's Factory. Okay, okay, got it. Um but it suffers the same thing as oh, what was it? Starview Peak. Except this time it's ghost themed. But I will say, I think it's creative that you start the track outside of the theater. You go into the movie and you drive into the movie and you go out of the theater to then complete a lap. I feel like that's cool. And then you have little ghosts on the side sitting there and cheering on you. Like, well, cheering on you. Like, cheering for you and stuff. I like it. That's awesome. But from the layout and from what we've seen from people, like, driving on it and stuff, it's just going to be a somewhat basic ghost somewhat basic ghost track. I will give it props though. It does have the Ghost Valley tracks before you get into the theater, like right before it. So I'll give it credit on that. It would have been in the pretty excited tier if the driving looked a bit better, in my opinion. Now, sorry, hold on. I gotta see what track that is. What? Okay. What? Sorry. Come on, stop. What about this one? What's this track? I'm sorry. I'm really bad at trying to. That's why I wanted the names, because I'm so much better with names. Like with people, I'm better with I'm better with names than I am. Wait, no, I'm better with what am I saying? I'm better with faces than I am with names. But with this one, I'm so much better with names. Like I really needed the names in front of me. Chad, if you're just coming in, we're continuing our we're just doing a tier list on like most anticipated tracks. Trying to figure out what this track is. I can't really tell what it is. Like I can't remember the name of it. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're just coming in, we do Mario Kart content every day and we stream every day. Tomorrow we're gonna go back. We're gonna go live again with a Deluxe, and do some viewer worldwides. So if that interests you, consider joining the Discord and subscribing. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers and 100 Discord members within 6 months, and that's a goal I genuinely want to achieve. It'd mean a lot to me to achieve as well. I'm doing it every day, streaming every day to prove it to you guys that I'm committed to this. So if you want to support the channel, consider doing that. Genuine, please. It means a lot to me. It's Dandelion Depths. Oh, Dandelion Depths. Okay. So that's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure. All right. But we're on the pretty excited tier. All right. Now, this one isn't going to be particularly ordered, but this one's going to be, I'd say roughly. Because it's like the further along I go, the less the more opinions I'll have about it, okay? Or like more like opinions and way to explain it. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot, but all right. First up, Peach Beach. This is just Koopa Beach for me, but it's so much more aesthetically pleasing. Like, I'm sorry, I'm anticipated for the track, not necessarily based on the driving and how it's going to be played. Hold on. I just realized that Mario Circuit's in the Special Cup. That's what? Wow. Last time they did that was in MK Wii. But Peach Beach is good. I am anticipated for it, like pretty excited for it, for the sense that it's gonna be basic. It's a huge upgrade visual. It really is, man. The thumbnails are gonna go crazy. I promise you, bro. They are going to go insane. Like, I'm so excited, and that's honestly the main reason. I'm gonna be real. That and also being able to, unlock the Cataclack there. Next up, N64 Wario Stadium. I have this one up here because... Sorry, I'm just going back up here. Check chat. I have this up in the pretty excited tier because, well, we have all N64 tracks remade now. Finally. Finally, bro. like, it's been too long. It should have happened in the Booster Course Pass. But you know what? I'm glad it didn't, because now we got it here, and it looks so good, dude. Now, granted, they took a section away, and I'm pretty bummed about that. But you know what? It's kind of fair, because the track was already pretty long anyway, and they just make it a section-based track, and people get mad about that. So I'd much rather them take away than for them to make it a section-based track again, like they did with Trainbow, which, again, RIP, you should have been 3 laps, in my opinion. But hey, if you can add Waluigi Pinball, you can make Trainbow 3 laps. Or Trashbow, my bad. I will say, though, based off the footage we've seen, now granted, it is smart steering and 100cc. So I bet on 150cc, it's going to be a lot more chaotic. It doesn't really have a lot of ramps. Now, there's a lot of areas where you can drive on the walls and stuff. But I don't really see how that's going to be really viable to try to get super mini turbos on it and stuff. I feel like midweights and lightweights are going to shine there, because riding on the walls count as mini turbos, and I feel like mini turbo stat is going to be based on acceleration. So I feel like acceleration stat's going to go crazy there, with the exception of the big straight, the really big wide straight. But everything else, like the tight narrow corridors and stuff, they're going to be able to break away because they can just wall hop constantly. I hope there are cataclacks that can still frame trap you. If that's the case, that'd be crazy, bro. That would be insane, man. Next up. And this is going to be ironic for me. Sky High Sunday. Now, in 8 Deluxe, I despise. I despise it. I hate it. We have Doo-Doo Meadows, right? I wouldn't give Moo Moo Meadows in 8 Deluxe its own tier. That would be reserved to Sky High, and that tier was always needs to melt. This one, I'm really excited about. It is a complete upgrade. The different paths have depth to it now. There's elevations on it. There's a lot of grind rails. There's 3 paths now instead of just 2 on that, little split path section before merging back onto the final turn. And then on top of that, it feels like Nintendo acknowledged the fact that you could take that one anti-gravity cut, which doesn't really save much time unless you have multiple shrooms. But I feel like they acknowledged it with the wall riding there, which, yeah. Not only is it also very aesthetically pleasing, which, for me who goes into the garden a lot, if you know what I mean, I'm gonna be real. It kind of, the graphics on it gives me the munchies. I see the chocolate on it. I'm like, bro, I'm craving a Reese's cup right now. But anyway, I'm getting off topic on that. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm gonna be real. It got a glow up, and it got a well-deserved glow up. I'm gonna be real. The track looks good. It's unnatural. This is not what God intended when he designed it. But hey, the game is cartoony, bro. It's not meant to be realistic. Mario's in a fantasy land. You cannot tell me that in the Mario universe that there is not some sort of like land of ice cream. Even if it's like Mario Galaxy. Like, you cannot tell me that there would not be a thing involving ice cream in the Mario Kart, not Mario Kart, in the Mario universe in general. And plus, you want to know how they make it natural? Toadette owns it. It's like her basically ice cream shop, which is an entire land in an area of the map, which it ends up being a track. Next up, I don't know the name of this track, but I know it's a safari based track. Going in here. I am not a fan usually of very, very, very wide tracks and stuff that has a lot of obstacles going in the way. But I will say this one has an exception to it when it comes down to why, right? It's a safari area. You're gonna have animals and stuff. And with the open world, I can't wait to race on it, right? I'm anticipated for it more so for the free roam. I'm gonna be real. Because just being able to chill and drive around with all the animals and stuff, you got to admit that'd be cool. That's what I'm excited about. I love animals. I really love animals. So I hope you can unlock the elephant in Mario here, dude. Imagine, dude. he Elephant Mario, and he becomes a heavyweight. No. 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 No, we do not mention that. And plus, again, thumbnail's about to go hard here too. All right, next up. Hello? Dry Bones Burnout. Now you're going to be like, man, you're going to put a lot of these tracks in pretty excited. And I'm like, I'm going to be real. For most of these tracks, I am pretty excited. I'm pretty, yeah. But Dry Bones Burnout. From what I've seen, I love the alternating paths and how they work here, because it feels like it is its own path. It's not one of those things where, hey, it's like ED in the sense where, hey, you guys split off for a second, one goes on top and one goes under. It's like that, but it's taken on a new level in the sense that it's a completely different path, but it leads into the same area. I love that. I love that about this track, and there's so much depth to it, and I can't wait to see the driving lines for it, because I feel like this is gonna be an underrated runner, in my opinion. Unless there is a huge shroom cut, I feel like that's going to be a runner in the sense that it's going to be very technical. And if you know me, I love technical driving. Anything that requires a lot of, time and practice into, and you get rewarded for knowing how to do the strats and stuff, I love that stuff. All right, next up. It's the same thing. Salty Speedway. Except this time, the only reason why I'm putting it higher is because we have more footage for it, so I'm more anticipated for it. I've never heard of someone liking ED before. No. I'm not liking ED. ED is alright. I'm not saying I like it. I said it's alright. Alright? But I just use ED as an example with the splitting paths. That's it. By the way, I want to remind everyone, I appreciate and love all y'all, even if you're just lurking in the chat. It means a lot to me that you guys are, you thought I was interesting enough to click on. So thank you. Genuinely, thank you. It'd mean a lot to me if you guys would hit that subscribe button and join the community Discord. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers and 100 Discord members within 6 months. And we're going to keep, even after we achieve it, we're going to keep going. They have medicine for that? Wow, that kind of ED, crazy, bro. Wow. Electrodrome is what I mean. I bet you knew about that. But next up, with this one, okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna give props to this one as well. I like that this one is also mostly on the water, because I'm gonna be real. Water tech is going to go crazy. People are underestimating how the water driving is going to work. It being above water is going to be a godsend. And I'm calling that now. And if I end up being wrong, hey, you can clown me for it. I don't care. I do not care. But I feel like it is, people are sleeping on it. The strats that are going to come out of, the driving tech that's going to come out of the water-based driving is going to make tracks so much better. More on that topic. There are certain medicines that make Electrodome way better too. Yeah. Like dodging shock when you're in bill extension. All right, next up, Choco Mountain. I'm gonna give props to Nintendo on this one. They got rid of the guardrail on that little, when you go around, you know, what would be normally the glider section on 8 Deluxe when you go around. You know how there's a guardrail there? They got rid of it in this one, and I am so glad they did that. So, props to Nintendo for that one, bro. Like track design, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I can finally bump people off again. Now, what I'm excited for about this one, I love the way that they laid out the track and the fact that it's super open. This track is gonna be like, you know how it was a drafter in 8 Deluxe? This one, with how open it seems, it's gonna be a shroom. Like you're gonna want to have mushrooms, so you're gonna want to be in the pack. So it's gonna be a very chaotic track. And I'm gonna be real. That leads to content, and content is what you guys like, and I'm excited to, know what I'm going to experience on it. Even the misfortunes, man, because this is going to be one of those Looney Tune tracks. And, I make fun of London Loop for, I don't like this track, or the Looney Tunes track. I find it funny that, I get content out of it. So, there we go. And this one, I got a gut feeling it's going to be like that, too. Now, whenever it gets up to the part where, it's the actual cliff and going down to the bottom part, it is narrow and it goes right back to it. But that's what's going to make it a really good shroom runner, in my opinion. Water Tech looked like it's going to be still Trick, Water Trick, aneurysm, aneurysm. So, yes, but I feel like it's going to... I genuinely feel like there's going to be something similar to... 8 Deluxe in this game, in which there's I keep saying what the mini turbo tricking. I feel like that's going to be a thing in World again. So with blues and bombs and golden shells, whenever they they get used, they cause ripple effects. I feel like the mini turbo tricks going from one ripple effect to another is going to be crazy, especially since you can do standstill mini turbos as well. But yeah, I feel like Choco Mountain's going to be a really cool shroom runner. I'm going to be real. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be really good too. Plus, well, Charging Chuck. Yeah, it's awesome. Football. All right, next up. Dandelion Peaks. Similar thing to Peach Beach and the Safari track, more so for aesthetics. Except this time, bro, that Knockout Tour one where you're just gliding over everything. Oh, dude. It's just going to be a vibe. Imagine, you know how in GTA people are like, oh yeah, just drive around the entire map and play Lady? Like, Lady, hear me tonight. That song? It's going to have similar vibes to that. Just it's flying, gliding the entire way through with dash panels and stuff. It's going to be awesome. Very, very anticipated on that part. Next up, Peach Stadium. This one gives me 8. This is what Mario Kart or Mario Circuit 8 should have been, in my opinion. It looks like it's gonna be a I feel like it's gonna be a runner's heaven is what I want to call it. Runner's heaven. And I say that because the feather item's a thing, right? Well, the feather item's going to be able to get you to some places that you wouldn't otherwise be able to reach to. And they showed off, oh, hey, you can get to some cool stuff like this. And they did the feather and they did the grind rail around that, right? There's going to be a lot more to that on this track. And I got a gut feeling with that. So, yeah. If you get in the first and you pull a feather, there you go. You just break away because, hey, I got a feather. I can take the faster line. Do all the neat and cool tricks and stuff. Plus, again, I feel like it's going to be not very tech heavy, but at least have some technicality to it because of the fact that there's going to be those shortcuts with the feather that you can take. It's going to have some. It's going to reward those that know how to drive it, in my opinion. And it's, again, what Mario Circuit 8 and 8 Deluxe should have been. Alright. Next up. Cheap Cheap Falls, I believe is what this track is. Again, very aesthetically pleasing, but with an extra. Most of it's water. And I love that. It's rushing water almost the entire time, and I love that. It's Japanese themed, and you're basically racing down a river. You're playing Wave Racer for the entire track. Now, granted, you're doing that on Salty Tulsi Speedway for the most part as well, but this one, you're actually going down a wave. You're basically playing Wave Racer. Like, on top of that, it's, you know, again, it's beautiful. It's especially like during a sunset aesthetic, like seeing these Cheap Cheeps just flying up next to you and stuff, dude. Like, man, I can't wait to see that, bro. Genuinely, the thumbnails are gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy on Cheap Cheap Falls. They're just gonna go crazy in general, man. Like, man, wow. All right. Anyway, next up. I don't know what this is called, but this is the track that people were saying was similar to Wild Woods. And it has that section where you, it has like bouncing mushrooms and leaves and you drive on it. Similar thing in terms of I'm excited for the driving tech on it and the driving potential. I'm calling it now. That's going to be a hard runner. That is going to be a group running track for like 6v6 events. And it's going to be a track that you're going to be able to keep first on pretty easily, in my opinion. Because of the fact that, it, you know, again, all the driving tech, you know, wall riding, gliding, all that stuff, right? You know, that's a given. But that part with the leaves and the mushrooms, that is going to be very tech heavy. I'm calling that now. Now, I don't think Super Balance is going to be in the game. But you're going to be constantly having trick boosts hitting all these leaves and different, you know, mushrooms. And then you can still wall ride, I believe, on a wall. So you can charge up a super mini turbo, jump off of it and get the boost from that onto another mushroom potentially. Like, the depth to this track seems insane. And I really cannot wait for it. Alright, how many do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, top 10. We are in top 10. In the startup, this top 10, we're going to put Rainbow Road. Now, I am anticipating. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a hot take because people are going to be like, what? But I wouldn't say it's a hot take. This is more of a prediction of what Rainbow Road is. Okay. And you can say that you were here. Alright? If you're here in chat now, I'd say that, hey, I am here. If I get this right, it's going to be crazy, okay? It's going to be the read of a lifetime. So, do you know how they integrated some of the Sinestro tracks as part of the intermissions going into the next, like, the different tracks in Grand Prix? Like, again, the Ghost Valley tracks being right in front of Boo Cinema, or Choco Island being in front of Choco Mountain. This one's going to be like that, but different. It's going to be its own Rainbow Road in the sense that I feel like it's going to be a mashup of... It's going to be the mashup of, like, a bunch of different Rainbow Roads. Now, I don't know which type, but based off the decal... Let me go back to the decal. Based off the decal, you see clouds, right? What Mario Kart... Like, what Rainbow Road involved clouds? Super Circuit. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, this is Super Circuit Rainbow Road. No. I'm not saying it's Super Circuit Rainbow Road. I'm saying that this is going to be a mashup of a bunch of different Rainbow Roads, but one of them guaranteed is Super Circuit because of the clouds. And I noticed as well in one of the videos that they did, where they were showing off a mission where it's like these little like capsules full of items rolling down this spiral, and they have to reach to the exit, like to the end. And if they hit one of those capsules, it explodes with a bunch of different items. Well, we happened to get a good look at a ground star, and ground stars shine really bright. And the clouds on Super Circuit Rainbow Road, they drop stars. Now, it wouldn't be stars that... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the stars were counted as obstacles, not actual stars that give you star power. In this one, I feel like they're going to actually give you star power, and it's going to be broken. Because it's going to add to the chaos to it. Now, they're going to nerf, like, how frequently it spawns. It's probably going to be more like a Maple Treeway leaf pile type of thing. But it's still, yeah. If I had to guess what Rainbow Roads are going to be included into this, from the looks of it, it's going to be its own, like it's going to be a Nitro with a hint, like with segments of Double Dash, Super Circuit, and DS. Why does Rainbow Road look like Galeem? I have no idea, bro. But that's the decal. That is literally all we know. That's all we know of Rainbow Road. Alright. Coming in at number 9. Scroll down. Alright. Coming in at number 9. We got Whistletop. Now, this one is, again, about driving tech. I feel like the grind rails on this one is going to make it, again, a runner's heaven. This is going to be one of those that if you know how to properly grind rails, there you go. Like, that is your track. And there's like, oh, that's a boring, gameplay loop's going to be the same, blah, 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 blah. And I get that. But I feel like there's going to be a huge learning curve and a huge skill ceiling for wall riding and rail grinding. And that track is going to be very beneficial for those that, like, are towards the top of that ceiling. That was for my decal. Or not decal. That was for my thumbnail. Chat, I might have doxed myself. GG. GG, go next. Alright. But, yes. And I also love the fact that it's a train track. No pun intended. Done right. That isn't Calamari Desert. Finally. Finally. We trains in Mario Kart finally get what they deserve. Some justice. Alright, next up. Psych. Question mark ruins. Why? Okay. Now, I have question mark ruins here because, for one, very aesthetically pleasing. For two, looks like a very technical track. So it has best of both worlds. And there's a One Piece reference in it. At least I'm saying it is anyway. You get to the track in intermission via... It looks like a geyser, right? I don't think it looks like a geyser, chat. It looks like the knock-up stream. If you know what that is, you know what that is. Chat, if you know what it is, let me know. If you're watching the VOD, let me know in the comments if you know what I mean by the knock-up stream. That's what it looks like. And, I feel like the track is one big One Piece reference, and I'm very anticipated on how it's going to be, what the driving lines are going to be on it, and how it's going to be played, and I'm very anticipated for just being able to enjoy the environment as well. Alright, next up. Now, we got Bowser's Castle. Now, out of all the Bowser's Castles we've ever had so far, this one takes the cake, and it's not even close, chat. I love the fact that it's more like a laboratory, just like the I forgot which arcade game it is, but there's a one where it's like it's Bowser's Laboratory basically. And I was hoping for, eventually that Nintendo would give us a Bowser's Laboratory like one, and well, here it is. I love it. It's awesome, and it fits into the world so seamlessly because it makes sense in a Mario, like in a Mario universe, it makes sense for it to be like that. I love the fact as well that you go up this lava stream, up from a volcano, up into the clouds, onto the track again, onto a constant speed boost lightning like part of the track. And if you zoom out from it, like when you're looking from afar, it's a giant Bowser. Yeah, he's right in front of you on that part of the track. And it's awesome, dude. It's cool. They finally gave Bowser justice, man, and I'm really hoping that if Bowser becomes viable, hey, there we go. At least up until I get Cow. But if Bowser becomes viable, hey, there you go. They did my boy justice in this game. They said, hey, it's your turn now. They really said. Wait, no. Wait, no. One Piece, hold on. I gotta do Boa. There we go. It's your turn now. It's basically what they said. Alright. Let's see. We got 10, 9, 8, 7. We got number 6. What just missed out of the top 5? I hate to break it to you, chat. But it's Wario Shipyard. Now, I know you're going to be like, hey, you were just talking about water physics and everything. Like, that's going to just solely be water physics for most of it. Yes, I acknowledge that. The track, again, extremely pleasing. You're shocked you made it this high? Dude, Wario Shipyard and Mario Kart 7 was one of my favorite tracks. I loved it. And I love the fact that it's above water now for the most part, and that it's a shipwreck. Like an actual shipwreck site that isn't mostly underwater. But I am optimistically skeptical because I have a gut feeling with the ending, with how we saw the cannon works. It's not a glider anymore. You just drive, it's like boost panels. I feel like the ending is just going to be a thing where if you don't have mushrooms, you're done. It's over. I'll get to it. I'll explain that. I will explain that in a second. All right. But that being said, though, I love that it's an actual ghost ship, and they did this track justice. Shoutouts to Mario Kart 7. All right. In the top 5, at number 5, this is where we have DK Pass. Now, you're like, oh, how is it past mid? Yes, they got rid of the broken item box. I get that, okay? They got rid of the broken item box. But, which, if you don't know what the broken item box is, Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart 7 had a hill going into the snow section where there was an item box sitting on top. And no matter what place you were in, you were either guaranteed triple shrooms or a star. And, well, it was broken for one. You just drive up there, get a star in one, and then go. I understand they got rid of that. But with how this game's driving physics seem to work, like, based off what I've seen, that is going to have the tightest turn. That track's going to have the tightest turns in the game. And you want to know what that means? Very tight turns. And what I mean by tight turns, I mean, like, if you don't have precise racing lines, you're going to swing wide and fall off the track. It is going to be punishing if you don't know how to drive. And that's going to be for the beginning section. That's just for the beginning section. The second part, the second reason, they basically gave it the DK Summit treatment, but in my opinion, did it better because instead of it just being Shy Guys going, woo, woo, they're actually going down. I love that. It's awesome, man. Like, it did it justice. On top of that, this soundtrack for this track is about to go so hard, bro. I don't know if they're going to do... I think they did a violin. I'm not sure. But if they did a harmonica... Dude. Again, very anticipated for this track. You can't even have Snowman on Snowman Violence now? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. You can't be having that. Not anymore, now that I'm putting DK Pass in top 5. Alright, number 4. Shy Guy Bazaar. I think this is obvious. Now I bet you're surprised. Oh, why is it not number 1? They gave this track... It's genius what they did with Shy Guy Bazaar. And it's honestly something I never really thought that they would do. But here it is. It is Sasara Land. I am a Daisy fan. This is naturally going to be in my top 5 because this is just Sasara Land. Like, this has Super Mario Land references written all over it. As a Daisy fan, I am beyond happy about this. And you can go inside Daisy's Palace too. Apparently that's going to be a battle course from what I was told. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what I've been told, and that's actually what I've seen on Twitter too. I've seen people go inside of it, but I just don't know if it's a battle course. And I also love that it's Shy Guy Bazaar. It's more Mario Kart 7 references, or not references, more Mario Kart 7 love. And on top of that, I love what they did with the ending glider section. It looks like you're a Shy Guy fan. I'm not a Shy Guy fan. Like, well, 2 Shy Guys in top 5? Okay, no. Okay. I am not a huge Shy Guy fan. Shy Guy Bazaar just happens to be a Shy Guy track, but I'm anticipated for it because, for one, it's Shy Guy Bazaar. I loved it in Mario Kart 7. And for 2, it's a Daisy track, and it's so beautiful. The glider section, when you land on Daisy's decal with a ton of flowers on it. It's awesome. They gave her justice. Year of Daisy. 2024-2025, Year of Daisy. All right. 3rd place. Dino Jungle. I loved it in Double Dash, and I also loved it in 7. I'm a Shy Guy fan. That's why I played MKDS through download play, even when I didn't need to. Sasara Land references are awesome, though. Dude, I'm glad someone else agrees with me, man. Like, Daisy fans have been asking for Sasara Land rep for so long, and I'm glad we're finally getting it justice. Genuinely. I'm so happy. With that being said, Dino Jungle I have up here. For one, where do I begin? For one, I love the fact that it's basically Jurassic Park. They added Jurassic Park in the Mario Kart. Like, that's awesome. That's what they did with Dino Jungle. And you know what? It works. And I'm happy about it. Am I kind of sad they got rid of that one alternating path on that one section? Yeah. It's kind of why it's in number 3. But you know what? It's still in the top 3. Should be proud of it because the revamp is so awesome. It is like there's a T-Rex chasing you. You can drive on a Triceratops and trick off of a Triceratops. You want to know the last time I remember being able to drive on a dinosaur? Hot Wheels beat that. Shout out to that game, by the way. That game's goated. Would you want to play through of that, bro? It is an underrated Hot Wheels game. Anyway, like, it had a well-deserved overhaul. And also, the fact that the Bronto can walk around. Yes, dude. Chef's kiss. But, no alternating path. And also, I feel like it's a little narrow. But I could be wrong on that. I feel like it's a little narrow. Besides the obvious feet stomping section, I'm talking more, or feet stomping section with the Triceratops and the T-Rex, but I'm talking more like you get into the split path part going into the temple. Or laboratory for this version, I should say, because it's Jurassic Park. Alright. The runner-up. I gotta scroll up here because of this ad. Airship Fortress. The driving potential on this track seems insane. I can't even fathom. And people are like, "Oh, you're just glazing the track." No. Like I'm being so dead serious. I understand like the footage we got of someone driving the entire track isn't really that good. The fact that you can grind up going into the Monty Mole section, that's pretty cool. I would assume you can trick off the Monty Moles, just like you can in 8 Deluxe. The track is a little narrow, I will give it that, but hey, it's fine. The spiral section was finally done some justice because it is extremely wide and isn't going to be toxic backing spots. Now, it is going to be if you're like in top 3, but hey, they're not going to be bad if you're like, sitting wide trying to get coins or something and, first back's tight. You'll be fine. Unlike how it would have been in 8 Deluxe. And plus, it's Airship Fortress. Right inside the roll of the spiral. I'm curious if you could actually do that. That's another thing. Still a backer? Like, it's still a backing spot, but it isn't a complete backing spot. Like it isn't going to be... Okay, it isn't complete. It isn't going to be nearly as toxic. Not nearly as toxic. But chat, we're down to it. Toad's Factory. I've been saying this since 8U was conceived. Because yes, I did play 8U as well. I am a huge Mario Kart fan. Mario Kart is my bread and butter. I wanted Toad's Factory to come back into 8 Deluxe and 8U as DLC so bad. And I've wanted it to come back in general for so long. And it's finally back. I love what they did with it. It is a lot smaller, but it's bigger vertically. There's depth to this track. There's alternating paths on this track now. So they just made what was already an amazing, awesome track. It made it even better. Like, bro. I can't, you're going to see me do streams sometimes where I'm going to be time trialing. Or you know what? Sometimes I'll even probably bring my Switch to work. If I'm having downtime, let's go ahead and stream it. Or not stream it. What am I talking about? I can't stream at work. Go ahead and just time trial. You want to know what I'm time trialing? Toad's Factory. You want to know why? Because it's Toad's Factory. And I love Toad's Factory, dude. It was awesome in Wii. It was awesome in... Was it in Tour? No. Toad's Factory never came in Tour, right? I don't think it did. No, it didn't. But it was awesome in Wii. And it's going to be awesome in this game. It was leaked for Tour. That's right. It was leaked for Tour. You can stream to 4 people using the Switch 2 Discord. Yeah. Yeah, their game chat that they want to call it Discord. Or not and say it's not Discord. This is going straight to Twitter. Alright, we're going to download image here. No thanks. Wait, what am I doing? I have this in the complete wrong order. Hold on. I downloaded a really bad one. Bam. And bam. Okay. Now, sound download and save the image again. Okay. I'm gonna post that on Twitter later. But make that your $20 Patreon tier. Wait, what do you mean? Oh. You know what? That'd be crazy. But with that being said, chat, I appreciate you guys and I love all you guys. Are we wanting to do a raid tonight? Mazuko, you down to do a raid? I don't know who's gonna be live, but I wouldn't mind doing a raid. Okay. MARILARD. Good night. Okay, man. You have a nice night, bro. Sleep on my bad opinions, bro. You literally agreed with most of them. You're just mad that I don't like Moo Moo Meadows, or should I say, Doo Doo Meadows. That being said, we're gonna see if we can find someone in the raid real quick. Anyone in chat want to do a raid? Let me know down. Let me know down in the comments, or in chat. Actually, I should say. Let's raid this person. Okay. There's the link, chat. It's like a small piece of poop and a brownie. It's just one. It's one small bad opinion, but it affects the whole tier list. Well, oh well. Oh well. Hate to break it to you, but it ain't gonna. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna play the exactly how it does in 8 Deluxe. I'm calling it now. And if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. But as of right now, it's gonna play exactly like how it does in 8 Deluxe. Pull shroom and win. Or any boost item, I should say. But I will give it credit though. It did give us the cow. All right, chat. I'm gonna give it 15 seconds. If you want to be a part of the raid, put it down in chat now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, no raid. But that's okay. I appreciate you guys either way. And you know what? Thank you for this. Genuinely, thank you for the stream. It means a lot to me. Thank you. And if you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing and joining the Discord. Linked in the pinned comment and chat. And well, you just click the subscribe button. We're trying to reach 500. We're trying to reach 500 subs and 100 Discord members within 6 months. And it would truly mean a lot to me if we could achieve that goal. I want to start building this community and achieving the dream that I've always wanted to achieve. And the way that we're doing it is by growing. And we need your help and we need your support. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. That being said, I gotta go. We've been live for over 3